Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Bitter Brooke Logan falls off the wagon. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal heartbreak ahead for Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, on the CBS soap. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Return has caused chaos in her relationship with Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. And it's only going to get worse. Here's what's happening next on Bold and Beautiful, spoilers ahead. If there was a trophy for playing it cool, it would have Brooke Logan's name on it. Since Taylor came back to Los Angeles, Brooke has watched her flirt with Ridge and trusted he would remain loyal to her. Brooke didn't anticipate a deadly broken heart syndrome diagnosis. Since Taylor's super-secret trip to the hospital, Brooke has noticed a change in Ridge and can tell if he is hiding something. B spoilers say Brooke Logan will come to the obvious conclusion that Ridge is cheating on her with his ex-wife Taylor. It's no secret Taylor is still in love with him. And since learning she was sick, Ridge hasn't left her side. The only thing is, Taylor has sworn him to secrecy. If Ridge doesn't tell Brooke what is really going on, no one can blame her for thinking he is getting ready to leave her and run off with Taylor. It wouldn't be the first time. Bold and the beautiful viewers have watched Brooke's battle with sobriety over the years, and it wasn't too long ago she fell off the wagon and got caught up in a mess with Deacon Sharp, Scene Kanan. Brooke's battle with the bottle seems to coincide with her tumultuous love life. Rumor has it, Brooke Logan will end up drowning her sorrows and begin drinking again. That always makes for some interesting daytime television. In the glamorous world of the Forrester Creations empire, the intricate lives of the Logan, Spencer, and Forrester families continue to spin in a web of love, betrayal, and redemption. For decades, one woman has always stood out, Brooke Logan. She's a fierce fighter, a woman of great passion, but also one prone to making life-altering mistakes. And now, it seems the legendary Brooke Logan is about to fall victim to her old demons. The glamorous Brooke Logan, once a beacon of grace and power, has always managed to pick herself back up, no matter how many times life knocked her down. But this time, things are different. With every glance at the bottom of a glass, she feels the pull. She can't fight it much longer. As her old insecurities resurface and the weight of her fractured relationships piles on, Brooke's iron-willed resolve begins to crumble. Brooke's downward spiral begins. It all started with the rekindled affair between Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes. Though Ridge had always been the love of Brooke's life, their relationship had been rocky at best, marred by years of betrayal, misunderstandings, and emotional scars. But Brooke always believed they'd come back to each other. Their chemistry was undeniable, and for years, they danced in an endless cycle of breakups and reconciliations. But this time, when Ridge found comfort in Taylor's arms again, it felt different. Brooke could see it in his eyes. His longing for Taylor wasn't just a momentary lapse or a reaction to another one of Brooke's missteps. It was real. He wanted to be with Taylor. And that realization shattered Brooke in a way she hadn't anticipated. As Brooke watched Ridge and Taylor grow closer, her once unshakable confidence eroded. She felt abandoned, betrayed not just by Ridge, but by fate itself. It was supposed to be her and Ridge against the world. But now, Taylor stood where Brooke once had, strong, composed, and victorious. The bitter taste of jealousy became harder for Brooke to swallow, and her usual coping mechanisms weren't enough this time. At first, Brooke leaned on her sisters, Katie and Donna, for support. They urged her to focus on herself, reminding her that she'd always been a survivor. But the nights grew longer, and the loneliness more unbearable. Brooke began to isolate herself, avoiding the family gatherings at the Forrester mansion, making excuses for why she couldn't be at work. And then the whispers started. Whispers about Ridge proposing to Taylor. Whispers about a new wedding. Brooke could feel herself unraveling. No matter how much she tried to ignore it, the world kept reminding her that Ridge was moving on without her. And that's when she made the fateful decision. Falling off the wagon. It had been years since Brooke had touched alcohol. She had fought hard to overcome her addiction, building a new life where she no longer relied on the crutch of a drink to get through her darkest moments. But this time, the pain was different. It felt insurmountable. And Brooke, no longer able to cope, reached for the bottle once again. The first sip burned, but with it came a wave of release. For a moment, the heartache that had been plaguing her vanished. She didn't have to think about Ridge and Taylor or how alone she felt. The alcohol dulled the pain, numbed the wounds. And soon, one drink turned into two, and two into three. Before long, Brooke had fallen back into the dangerous spiral she'd worked so hard to escape. Her loved ones noticed the change almost immediately. Katie, ever the watchful sister, saw the signs. Brooke's unkempt appearance, the bags under her eyes, the way she avoided eye contact when anyone mentioned Ridge. But when Katie confronted her, Brooke denied it. She was too proud to admit that she had fallen off the wagon, too ashamed to show how far she had slipped. But Brooke's descent couldn't stay hidden for long. One evening, after drinking alone in her bedroom, she stumbled downstairs in a drunken haze, her emotions spilling out uncontrollably. Hope, her daughter, was the first to witness it. Seeing her mother in such a state broke Hope's heart. She had always looked up to Brooke as a strong, capable woman, but now, in front of her, was a mother who had lost all control. "Mom, what's going on?" Hope asked, her voice trembling with concern. Brooke's eyes, bloodshot and distant, met her daughter's. "I'm fine, Hope. Just leave me alone," she slurred, staggering as she tried to steady herself. But Hope wasn't about to let her mother face this battle alone. She called for Liam, and soon, the two of them helped Brooke back upstairs, where they found the empty bottles that Brooke had tried to hide. The fallout. Word spread quickly. Soon, everyone knew. Brooke Logan had fallen off the wagon. Ridge was one of the first to hear the news, and though he was with Taylor now, his heart ached for Brooke. Despite everything, she had been a significant part of his life, and seeing her like this tore at him. He wanted to help her, but he knew that Taylor wouldn't approve. It was a delicate situation, and Ridge found himself torn between his love for Taylor and his lingering feelings for Brooke. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer saw an opportunity. He had always had a soft spot for Brooke, and with her vulnerable state, he thought he could swoop in and be the hero she needed. But Brooke wasn't looking for a knight in shining armor. She was lost, spiraling deeper into her addiction, unable to see a way out. Steffi, on the other hand, wasn't sympathetic. She had watched Brooke wreak havoc on her family for years, and now she felt it was Brooke's turn to face the consequences of her actions. Steffi made it clear to Ridge that Brooke was no longer their concern. Ridge needed to focus on his future with Taylor and leave Brooke to handle her own mess. But deep down, everyone knew that Brooke wasn't just going to bounce back this time. She was in a dark place, and unless someone stepped in soon, she might not find her way out. Can Brooke be saved? Brooke Logan is no stranger to adversity, but this time, her battle is against herself. Will her family be able to pull her back from the edge before it's too late? Or has Brooke finally fallen too far? The bold and the beautiful promises more twists and turns as Brooke's struggle with addiction takes center stage, leaving viewers wondering if this once unstoppable woman will ever rise again.